On the stream of consciousness and throwing it a little further, since we are paying attention to how we can remedy things, former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, had in the recent time posited that the brand of democracy we are practicing don't seem to be working for Africa. And if I could narrow down to Nigeria, what do you make of that assertion?
That's a general confession, like I said about the Anglican Church. Obasanjo has come to confess. He is the author of what is happening. He is the author of what is happening. Garrison commander. He referred to somebody as a garrison commander. He said elections that year was a do-or-die affair. And it was do-or-die. He introduced all this rubbish we are seeing. So, you buy a book by the author or by the title. Maybe you look at table of content to the third way of checking. If it's Obasanjo, hardly do I want to read him. Because he messed us up thoroughly. He will sit in Abuja and say, this is the person, even as slow down as local government councillor. He will dictate from there who will go. Who will go to House of Assembly. Who will become a governor of a state. He's not a Democrat. He's not qualified to talk about democracy. Certainly he's not. He had God's grace through the military. Why? Abiola's election had been annulled. Abiola had died. The Yorubas were angry. What is happening to us in Nigeria? A man won election, very credible election. And then what is it? Okay, Babangida and co. Let's bring our guy in. You packaged him and made him president. And he thoroughly abused the privilege that he got as a president. He abused it. He messed everybody up. He set up the EFCC. Yes, it's good to have such an organization. And told the EFCC whom to investigate and whom not to investigate. Yes, that was what he did. If you disagreed with him politically, you were in trouble. Atiku disagreed with him over Totem. Atiku had to go as far as the Supreme Court to free himself to be able to contest the election, though he lost. If we play politics the way Obasanjo wanted, or I would say wants politics to be played, we would have died by now. Nigeria would have gone under. He's not an example. He certainly is not an example for anybody to refer to when it comes to politics. If this brand of democracy is not working, what does he want? Military democracy? I'm sure if some Nigerians just come together and go and meet Obasanjo, sir, Nigeria is failing, we need you back. He will use both hands and both legs to take the opportunity to come back and be president of Nigeria. Is he hurting him that is not president for that?
Let's suppose that Obasanjo is not the message did not come from Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and from what you've seen, politics as it's being played in Africa and in our Nigeria, the message had come from possibly anybody you have confidence in his ability to possibly lead. Let's say that came from somebody you have confidence in. The message, let's keep the message aside.
Let's assume it even came from the best Democrat in Nigeria, and not Obasanjo. I will still maintain my stand. There's nothing wrong with the brand of politics, with the kind of democracy we are playing. There's something wrong with the players. And that's why we continue talking. The players are not doing it right. Right? The players are dictating who should be candidates. If the people really walk in themselves, you say these are the persons who should be delegates, and you close your eyes, go and get your delegates from the wards, go and get your delegates from the local governments, and you do not spend state money to fund who should be delegates from the ward. You do not spend state money to fund who should be delegates from the local government. We'll get it right. And because the man who became a member of the House of Assembly knew how he became a member of the House of Assembly, he's unable to play the brand of democracy that we have. The brand of democracy is excellent. There is nothing wrong with it. Anything can be corrupted. Any kind of government system can be corrupted. This one is just corrupted. We are saying we should work hard. We should work hard to eliminate this corruption or to reduce it to the barest minimum. That is it. So apart from this, is he saying we should go back to a parliamentary system? No. Or we should go to the military system? Certainly not. And whether we like it or not, we've made progress. The civilian administration in Nigeria has made progress. Yes, the last 8 years, our road network has been a mess. A complete mess because somebody was not in charge, right? Nobody was in charge. It has been a mess and it will take some time to fix the road network. You go to the education system, I beat my chest. We've done very well, and I mean exceedingly well. To the extent that they are saying 4,000 Nigerian doctors are jackpying. They're going to Britain, going to the UK, going to Germany, going to the United States to practice medicine with their very high standards, trained in our Nigerian universities. I mean, we should be proud of ourselves that we trained those doctors. That does not mean there's a shortage of doctors. In Edo and Delta, I like referring to Midwest. There are medical schools. DERSU produces. Uniben produces. ECOMA produces. Igbinedio produces. Medical doctors every year, minimum from each of them is 50. Multiply that by the number of medical schools in Nigeria. We keep turning them out. And they are standard. Very qualified. I am proud that Nigerian doctors are accepted in the US. They are accepted in Britain, in Canada, in Germany. They are practicing there. Our engineers are there. Our accountants are there. Rather than being proud of ourselves, we use it against the government. Nigerians are jackpot. Jackpot, now today it started. Is it today it started? I had somebody from Uwen. He's been in the UK before I was born. He's still there. He's jackpot then. I was born in 1952. He's still there in the UK. When we were in primary school, we saw them traveling abroad. They are there. They are doing well there. You want to bring them back home? No. They are enjoying there. We're also enjoying ourselves here. Right? What a dollar is 1,000 naira. What 1,000 naira can buy in Nigeria, a dollar cannot buy it in the US. The kind of food 1,000 naira will buy in a buka in Nigeria, a dollar will not buy it there. They have their own way, we have our own ways. Let us love our country. And unless we love our country, we cannot change it. If we give up on Nigeria, we cannot change Nigeria. If we give up on Delta State, we cannot change Delta State. Nobody abuses Delta State where I am. Nobody does. If I have my friends from outside Delta State talking about Delta State, I will tell you what Delta State is. That no state in Nigeria has the kind of road network that Delta State has. And I'm not just joking about that. No state in Nigeria has the network of roads that Delta State has. If there are minor issues, we sort them out ourselves. If Delta State was competing with other states, we will stay where we are. But in Delta State, we compete against ourselves. We achieved so much mileage last year. This year, we'll do this. Next year, we should be able to do this. We are not looking at what some other states are doing. They are far behind. But while we are here, we criticize the government. Why? Because we want more. Oh, this fine road, this fine flyover in Warri. We need one in Ughelli now. You understand? Because our state is doing well. We are saying this flyover in NRA, you must bring one to the junction. We are already fighting for that. But if you look at some neighboring states, we will just sleep. We won't do anything. So I love Delta State. I love Nigeria. I cannot do anything. I cannot live better outside Delta State. No, I cannot live better outside Nigeria. Right? But while we are here, we are saying, let's do it this way. It can be better. The major issues we have in Nigeria, apart from political wahala, will be insecurity. Once we are able to solve the problem of insecurity, you see how Nigeria will blossom. Nigeria will blossom. But for this political thing, we'll continue to be on the vanguard. We cannot continue like this. Leave the people to choose their leaders. Leave the local one to choose who should be their councillor, who should be their House of Assembly member, and who should be their delegate to decide who becomes governor. Then the serving governor, just relax. Everybody is your child. Serving president, day your day, make we day our day. We are all your citizens. Don't take it upon yourselves that, oh, this was the person you wanted to be governor. He didn't become governor, you will fight. Don't fight the person. He is under you. That person will still come to national meetings where you preside. He gives you due respect. Let it be like that. This is my appeal to Nigerians. Let's get the electoral system right. And then, once we get that one right, Once we get the electoral system right, and then the insecurity, we're able to tackle it, and you free the people of this Niger Delta area of killer headsmen, in 3 years, you will see what Nigeria will be. You will see what Nigeria will be, particularly in the area of security. Nigeria is blessed. What is not grown in the north is grown in the south. The mineral not available in the south is available in the north. If we harness them well, we'll get it right. But let us get clear-headed politicians. Very clear-headed politicians who are knowledgeable, who are not thugs, who are not trainers of thugs. Once we get them, we will know where we are going. For me, I'm okay with what is happening so far. I'm a Jagaban man. So what is happening so far? If we follow those policies, look at the policies. Don't say this man is, look at this policy. This policy is this. What is wrong with this policy? Tell us, we'll correct it. In Delta State, what is the policy the state has put in place? You feel it's not right. Tell us, we'll correct it. Don't just say because the governor is this, the policy is wrong. Because the president is this, the policy is wrong. No, that's uncivilized. Very, very uncivilized. And that's not what should be.
In the last note, for want of time, we've seen how busy you've become in your farm. You've done excellently in education in Delta State, which has kind of a decentralized management of schools in Delta State. But let's look at the federal government. What are your expectations from Tinubu on federal character composition? Let me not say federal, on true federalism.
True federalism. Ishe Sage, Mayoga, will always correct it, that there's nothing like true federalism or false federalism. It's either federalism or it's not federalism. And what is true federalism? Certain things are centralized. Some go to the periphery. You understand? Too much centralization is not good for us. There are certain things on the exclusive list that should go to the concurrent list, right? Or the rest should go to even to the residual list. He's working on that. He had been an apostle of it. Tinubu has been an apostle of federalism. He has not changed. And let me caution, federalism profits everybody, profits every state, profits every local government. You have power to do this. Supposing education was not on the concurrent list, we will not have the number of universities that we have in Delta State. Let me just use that as an example. We will not have the number of universities that we had in Delta State. We will not have the number of secondary schools we have, the number of primary schools. Suppose all those ones were on the exclusive list. We have to wait for the federal government to set that up. And in spite of the number of universities we have in Delta State, I'm sure you know the number of qualified persons who did well in JAMB, scored 200 and above, that cannot get admission in Nigeria. We are not saying everybody should be a graduate, but whoever wishes to study in the university should be given the opportunity. The space should be there. You go in or you don't go in. It should not be locked. We didn't know, I knew, people didn't know that these 3 universities we established would be filled so soon. They are told that any time they wanted admission, any admission they will get. No. People still call. Please, sir, can you talk to so Vice Chancellor and so? I say, how they talk to any person again? I'm not tired. Of admission, so. Oh, they are all filled. Because that thing was on the concurrent list. States can establish, individuals can establish. The number of doctors Igbenedion has turned out? Yes, the number of doctors Igbenedion has turned out. The number of lawyers turned out from that university, and Benson Idahosa University. The number of the engineers they have turned out. These boys will probably have been waiting for DERSU, or EPOMA, or Uniben alone, and they cannot cope. Up to now, they cannot cope. We have issues. So federalism is the way to go. So many states in the north have established their own state universities. They would never have thought about that. But because there is competition, EPOMA established, Delta established, so Kaduna established, Kano established. They are all establishing their state universities. Fantastic. They will turn out doctors. Before you know, those doctors are in the US. I want Nigeria to colonize the world in the area of medicine. Any hospital you go to, there must be in Nigeria. So when you do that, you just shout, the kind of pidgin you speak, the doctor will know, oh, this is not my person from Nigeria. What is your problem? They colonized us. We are now colonizing them educationally. That thing sweetens me every day I hear it. Nigerian doctors are going in droves. We train them to go and save lives anywhere and everywhere. They are there. Let us jubilate. If not for federalism, we will not have that many number of doctors. Maybe we just concentrate on UI, ABU, Lagos, Ife, Benin. How many would those ones train? 250 per year? No. Now, total number of doctors trained in Nigeria per year, thousands. And I mean thousands of them. Some are employed here, some are outside. Is it only doctors that are outside? Our mechanics, our boys are driving outside. They are drivers outside and they drive very well. Canada needs them. Many countries need them to drive well. There are healthcare attendants there are mortuary attendants, not just doctors. Not just doctors. There are those who work in vehicle factories. Be proud of yourself when you go outside and you say in Nigerian, here, be very proud. These are we trained them. I always say we trained them. So where you people say, if conditions were good here, they will not come here. If conditions were good in their country, why are Chinese here? If conditions were good in the US, why do we have the engineers here? Same thing in Britain and Germany. Don't we have them here? If it was so good for Julius Berger, then why are they here? It's the same thing. The engineers are here, our engineers are there. Their doctors are here, our doctors are there. Meaning we can exchange, because we are equal. Let us celebrate what we have achieved. Back to federalism is the way to go. And that is where we are going. You will be shocked in the next few months. There will be statements of federalism. Not true federalism. Because there's nothing like true or false federalism according to Professor Sage SAN.
All right. So thank you very much for availing us this time. We look forward to seeing when you could still spare time from your farm to come and be with us.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank God.
Okay.